Trail of the Pink Panther is a 1982 comedy film starring Peter Sellers. It was the seventh film in the Pink Panther series, the last in which Sellers appeared as Inspector Clouseau. Sellers died before production began. His performance only consists of deleted scenes from previous films. Plot: when the famous Pink Panther diamond is stolen again from Lugach, Chief Inspector Clouseau is called on the case despite protests by Chief Inspector Dreyfus. While on the case, Clouseau is pursued by the Mafia. Clouseau first goes to London to interrogate Sir Charles Lytton. Travelling to the airport, he accidentally blows up his car, but mistakenly believes it an assassination attempt. Ing disguises himself in a heavy cast on the flight, which causes complications in the air and on land and leads to an awkward introduction to the Scotland Yard detectives at Heathrow. Meanwhile, Dreyfus learns from Scotland Yard that Libyan terrorists have marked Clouseau for assassination, but permits him to continue. Clouseau's plane disappears en route to Lugach, and Marie Jouvet, a television reporter covering the story, sets out to interview those who knew him best. This provides flashbacks to scenes of earlier films, but Jouvet also interviews Clouseau's father at his winery, providing glimpses of Clouseau's childhood and his early career in the French resistance involving him failing to detonate a bridge full of crossing Nazis. Jouvet also questions Mafia Don Bruno Longoluwa, an antagonist of the next film, and tries to file a complaint against Longoluwa with Chief Inspector Dreyfus, but Dreyfus refuses to press charges. The film ends with Marie hoping that Clouseau might be alive, and Clouseau is seen looking over a seaside cliff, when a seagull flies over and messes the sleeve of his coat. The words, "Swine seagull," are heard in the distinctive, over-French accent of Clouseau. The animated Pink Panther in trench coat and trilby hat is then revealed in place of Clouseau watching the sunset. He turns around to face the camera, and flashes his coat open. But his trench coat reveals a montage of funny clips of Peter Sellers from his 5 Pink Panther films as a tribute to him. While the end credits roll. Cast: Joanna Lumley as Marie Jouvet, David Niven as Sir Charles Lytton, Herbert Lom as Chief Inspector, Charles Dreyfus, Bert Kwok as Kato Fong, Cappuccini as Lady Simone Lytton, Robert Lodger as Bruno Langoas, André Marin as Sergeant, François Chevalier, Graham Stark as Hercule Lajoie, Richard Mulligan as Clouseau's father, Ronald Fraser as Dr. Longet, Daniel Peacock as Clouseau age 18, Luca Mezzofanti as Clouseau age 8, Colin Blakely as Alec Drummond, Denise Crosby as Denise, Bruno's mole. Archive footage only. Peter Sellers as Inspector Jack Clouseau, Robert Wagner as George Lytton, Claudia Cardinal as Princess Darla, Colin Gordon as Tucker. Previously unseen footage only. Harvey Korsman as Professor, August Balls, Leonard Rossiter as Superintendent Quinlan, Marn Maitland as Deputy Commissioner Lasorda, Liz Smith as Martha, Harold Behrens as Hotel Clerk. Background: Sellers died over 18 months before production began, and his performance was constructed from deleted scenes from The Pink Panther Strikes Again. David Niven appears in the film, reprising a role he first played in the original The Pink Panther of 1963. Niven was in the early stages of ALS, and his voice subsequently proved too weak to loop his own dialogue during post-production. He was dubbed by impressionist Rich Little during post-production. Returning series regulars include Herbert Lom as Chief Inspector Dreyfus, Graham Stark as Hercule Lajoie, and Bert Kwok as Clouseau's faithful manservant Kato. The film also featured Joanna Lumley as an investigative reporter on the trail of the missing Clouseau. Trail featured animated opening and closing credits which were animated by Departie Freleng Enterprises, now Marvel Productions. Director Blake Edwards dedicated the film to Sellers, the one and only Inspector Clouseau. Despite the dedication, Sellers' wife Lynn Frederick filed a $3 million lawsuit against the film's producers and the studio, claiming that the film diminished Sellers' reputation. She was awarded over $1 million in damages. Edwards' wife, Julie Andrews, has an unbilled cameo as a cleaning lady, dressed as her friend Carol Burnett's charwoman character. Contrary to rumor, Alan Arkin does not have a cameo appearance as Clouseau in the World War II flashback. Critical and commercial reception. The film was a critical and commercial failure. Although the film was marketed as a tribute to Sellers, it was widely panned by critics. It was released for Christmas 1982 and grossed only $9 million against its $6 million budget. In contrast, the previous film in the series, Revenge of the Pink Panther, had made over $49 million. Nonetheless, it was soon followed by a further Pink Panther film, Curse of the Pink Panther, which was shot concurrently with Trail. That film did not feature Peter Sellers at all and was instead employing the talents of Ted Huas's Clouseau replacement, Clifton Slay. That film would also be a critical and commercial failure.